It's a brand new week and it feels great to be right here with you. Wow.
The weekend was necessary for us to get some rest. You know how it is. We do this 6 a.m. every day. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Monday again and we have a job to do. And that mission is to accomplish, to give you,
greatness.
Well, to give you a sense of what the week is going to be like. A little bit of entertainment information and motivation on a Monday.
Yes, indeed.
That's what we want to deliver.
Hopefully, with all the things we're putting together today, we'll be able to put a spring into your step and so much more. When it comes to being right there for you throughout your morning routine, there's nowhere else we would rather be. My name is Titi Lyle.
And I'm Yomi Okwe. We're streaming live right now. Don't forget on tvcontinental.tv, out on Facebook at TVC Connect. For comments, use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook.
Yes, so much in store today, honestly. Where do we start from? Okay, let's start from music, shall we? We have Nigerian-Ghanaian Afro-pop R&B singer Uzi coming for a performance this morning. And today on Motivation, we'll have Victoria Praise Abram. She'll be motivating us to thrive even in the face of adversaries. From hydraulic power steering, we're moving over to electric power steering wheels with Ayo Shofela on our AutoMedics segment for the week.
All right, and starting on sustaining an SME in Nigeria, we have Opa Oluwafemi, the creative director of Oluwafemi Lagos.
Yes, so fashion entrepreneur. So many of them these days, but very few standing out. The amazing Beverly Naya is going to be right here in the studio later on for a chit chat.
Hey.
Yeah. Omo, it's Monday morning.
Yes, it is.
Week 2 of the dramatic Wake Up Nigeria, 6 a.m. Wake up.
Somebody didn't wake up.
Where is he?
Time.
Where is he? Oh, well, but he'll be here soon enough, you know.
So.
But really, it was an amazing week, you know, weekend rather for me. I had so many little things I needed to do, and I was glad that I could do everything. There wasn't that much traffic, you know. There was small change in my pocket, you know. The kids were happy, everything was just all glossy and happy. And I was like, hey, what is this week going to be like? If my weekend is going to be like this, what's the week going to be like? I don't know, do you ever feel weird about how your week is going to be?
Well, usually no, because I try to plan.
Okay.
So, because I hate surprises. So I want to make sure that everything, as much as possible, I'm able to provide some kind of semblance of control on my week. So, yeah.
Okay.
So do a lot of planning weekend into Monday and then ensure that the rest of the week is...
So do you plan on Saturday?
Yeah. On Saturday morning for me it was really weird because, you know, I was on radio, Max on 2.3 FM, and the first news that hit my face was the whole Etinosa Igbemudia's issue.
Okay.
And I was torn because, you know, we've met her, we've had her on Wake Up Nigeria before, and she's such a sweet lady. So it was weird for me to have to talk about it, like, you know, mention it on entertainment news. And I was just praying, let this thing just blow over, like.
Okay, so it was because she went unclad.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. Yeah. She bossy ho ho.
You have to do that.
I had to. But, you know, so I don't know. The thing is, we're still talking about it.
Yeah.
It's a two-sided, two-edged sword, really. She wanted to be talked about. She's being talked about, but just probably not for the best of reasons. You know, I don't know.
So, you know...
For the best of reasons, because a lot of times we make assumptions.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when looking at it from this side of things, okay, we're people in the media, and you never really know what's going on in the minds of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
When Kim Kardashian's sex tape was leaked, it looked like her life was over.
Yeah.
We pretend, you know, like, oh, my life is over, and everything, and then you're getting more and more famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then your sister is now a billionaire. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So really, you never know what's leading to what
and
what the plan is. So there could be a grand plan for, you know, I want to be the new bad girl, you know, whatever it is.
See, whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, news always blows over. Yes, the internet never forgets. Yes, people would say this or that, but at the same time, it doesn't change the fact that she's a really, really nice person.
She is a really nice person. When we spoke to her, we had quite an interesting conversation.
Very funny.
Yeah. So, but do we have to go to the extreme? So this is an extreme.
Yeah.
It is you can't deny that it is an extreme. Do we have to go to the extreme in order to achieve?
But Titi, to be quite honest, it's not something I support. Let me just state that now. However, let's be real. For years, models have been doing worse than that. Yeah. The only thing that changes it is the fact that there's the internet. If you check so many supermodels of the 90s, early 2000s, if you check their portfolio, you'll be amazed by what you see. And you'll be like, this is my mommy. Because there was no internet to blow it up then, they got away with it. So the only people who ever really saw it were the media agencies and, of course, the photographers and their agents. That's all. So these things have actually been going on for a very long time.
Yes, indeed.
But would I go on Clad? No way. I know myself.
Remains to be seen.
We have a conversation to have later.
For a few $1 million, you just never know what people are capable of.
Well, she wasn't paid for it, though.
Okay, all right, welcome back. Now, one of the biggest challenges we have in Lagos is mobility. And of course, on a Monday morning, the traffic can be really vicious. So we decided we should help you to aid your movement by bringing you the traffic situations in some key areas in Lagos to help you plan your trip better. Now, you can tweet at us at TVC Connect. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria. You don't have to put traffic if you are... Okay, yeah, if you're watching on the go and you're presently at a place where there's traffic or something, maybe some road condition or something, let us know and we can let others know. Okay, so I'll start off with about the most common route. We are in Magodo on the mainland, and if you're heading to the island via 3rd Mainland Bridge, at this particular point in time, you'll spend 1 hour 53 minutes. On 3rd Mainland Bridge, you're going to spend 1 hour 30 minutes on the bridge from the Warren-Shoki down to Ring Road. It's entirely blocked all the way at this point. If you're heading, of course, if you're coming from the island to the mainland, you're balling, man. This is the best time to move in on the opposite direction. You would spend just approximately 30 minutes across the bridge. And so there's this feel, I don't know, you know when you are on the opposite side of the traffic on 3rd Mainland Bridge, and then you see people on that side, you know, there's that feel that you get in your body. It's euphoric, I don't know.
I usually just shake my head.
Like, yeah.
Now,
I'm glad I'm not doing that every morning.
Exactly. Now, there was this particular day that I think it was a BRT bus that broke down. And so 3rd Mainland Bridge was fully blocked. And I just went and I was in the middle, like, I wish someone could tell these guys that we're coming in to turn back. Well, that's what we tried to do here. Now, if you're heading from Ojota to CMS, of course, that's via Ikorodu Expressway, you are going to spend 1 hour 31 minutes. Now, that's except you're using the BRT lane, of course, with the BRT lane, you're going to spend approximately 55 minutes because it should be free all the way. Of course, except when you get to the intersections between Maryland, you know, those small junctions or places where the BRT bus has to merge with the other lanes. That's where you get the little hold-ups. But it should take you approximately 55 minutes across all the way Corridor Road via BRT. Now, that's something we should work on, a metro transport system. Developed cities around the world have a very, very, very wonderful transport system. And I think that is something that we should, a public transport system, I mean, and that's something that would really help. But if you're going with your car or you are going through down for any other means of transport, you would spend 1 hour 31 minutes. Now, talking about metro public transport systems, Yomi, what do you think, Lagos, what can we do to step us to that level? Because, like I said, a good metro, a mega city needs a very viable public transport system.
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. It's already started. There's the Iju rail line that takes you all the way to Yaba, but hopefully we can get more, an expansion in that area, which it requires substantial investment. These are huge infrastructural investments that will need to happen over the next 2 to 5 years.
True.
Okay, true. All right. Checking out Twitter, at NG Car Parts says Admiralty Way, Inward Lekki Toll Gate, currently good. to go, but slight traffic approaching toll gate proper. Yeah, Admiralty, as though you live in Lekki, you know, by that toll gate, it can quite be because, you know, you have people moving across the island, VI, that region, so it's quite blocked. This came in about 4 minutes ago, so I think it should still be valid at this particular point in time. About 5 minutes ago, Airport Road inward, Toyota currently good to go. So if you are Oshodi area, you know, I don't know what exact part this handle, exactly what part of Airport Road, because of course there are many places you can use into airport. I don't know whether it's from Oshodi or from Ikeja axis, but it says Airport Road. Now, free movement currently from Muwo to mile 12. Titi, you should add, because now your dexterity when it comes to traffic, or should I say the bus stops in Lagos is baffling, to say the least. Where's Muwo? You know where Muwo is?
I used to bus around Lagos a lot.
I bus, but I don't know as much as you do, man.
Yeah,
how many years did you bus around Lagos?
Yeah, so I think as a young lady, I had to be sure that I wasn't missing my bus stop, so I wouldn't have to do a long walk.
Okay, so where's Muwo to mile 10? Because it says here
that
there's free movement currently from
mile
Muwo.
12.
Mile 10.
Mile 10.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that myself. Never heard. There's mile 2, there's mile 12.
So please, I know now Giddy traffic was tagged here, but maybe it's Port Harcourt that is mile 10 is, please.
It might be.
This one Yomi and Titi don't know where mile 10 is. Mile 10, anybody in this thing, if you know mile 10, just raise your hand.
It could be a typo. It probably is mile 2 or mile 12, one of them. One of them.
I can't see any mile 10 here.
No,
I'm checking.
At all.
Okay.
So let me check Nigeria.
All right. So Golden Gate, inward Glover, currently Glover
Oh, there is
Road,
a mile 10
currently
actually.
good to go.
Somewhere at Ojo.
No, that has to be mile 12.
See?
Where?
Take a look at this.
Ojo can be mile 12.
Okay, so this is our Golden Gate inward Glover Road, currently good to go. Golden Gate, of course, you know, on the island.
Mile 10.
Goodness
you know Golden
me,
Gate is on the island. You know Golden Gate is at the island and all of that. So, yeah, basically, that particular region, for those of us that come from the island, we just say, those of us, Yomi also. We know how the island
so people that are just arriving.
It depends on the kind of island, you know. See, what is an island? It's just a mass of water surrounded by land. Simple. Right. So it can be in island, in Bega. It doesn't matter. Okay, but then this is Ire Akari.
Ire Akari.
Yanosolo.
Ire Akari.
Okay, all right, so this
Yanosolo.
with all due respect, if you live in any of these areas, let me put out the disclaimer, I'm very sorry if I tend to murder the area where you live, still the same area.
I'm not allowed to.
So let's make it very easy. IREAKARI to Yanosolo. To Yanosolo is currently good to go. At least I know Yanosolo axis. So yeah, if you're moving along that axis, it's good to go. Now moving traffic currently from Fat Bems inward mile 2. Mile 2, that's all we know. Mile 10 we're not so conversant with, but yeah. Mile 2, Fat Bems. That Fat Bems now, that's a petrol station. It's quite, you know, at different points in Lagos. But yeah, you can check that and all that. I wanted to call somewhere else now, but I don't want to murder the name of the place now. People come after me now. But anyways,
try.
That's all we can say on updates in traffic this morning. Now, remember, you can still send us tweets at TVC Connect with the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria, and we can pass it across to other people. All right, so let me head over to join them in the kitchen. I hope you guys have enough tea for me. I don't do coffee, you know. If it's going to be coffee, it has to be Brazilian, Yomi.
Wow.
That type,
Brazilian coffee.
That the aroma,
I like Mike.
Fills the whole
Nigerian coffee.
place.
Don't mind him.
Nigerian coffee.
Nigerian coffee.
There's Nigerian chocolate, so I believe there should be.
Do we produce coffee here?
There is Nigerian.
Yeah,
we produce coffee here?
We produce coffee, but like in a raw format for export purposes.
So we export coffee to be refined, and then we bring it back and buy it.
African.
You
Let me know.
know something funny? When you were talking about locations in Lagos, I don't have an excuse because I grew up in Lagos.
Oh, you
but
do?
for some weird reason, I don't really know places in Lagos.
No. Trust me.
I'm more of the indoor type, which is quite shameful.
The waka was
You're more indoor than outdoor.
It's so bad that sometimes I would need to like really look around before I even find things in my neighborhood. And that's a problem. I wish I could go out more, but I don't always feel inclined to.
Okay, so for me, it was work. So I had a lot of opportunities to find new areas because I started working when I was, 17, 18. But even before then, even just to look for I had to go and look for my jam center, I had to go and look for my YX center, and I always had to go on my own, you know, nobody to take me. So I ended up learning all these routes by myself, and then I would go for lesson, and then computer school, then Lagos Polytechnic, then
lesson was in my neighborhood.
Like, everything.
Most of these things were like my school was like what 30 minutes to an hour from home. I'm talking about my university. Like so, I think I lived my life in one tiny circle like that.
I think.
Okay, so Titi started working when she was 16. You know when I started working?
When?
I was like one and a half.
His mom's room. I know you will say.
Like I was like 1.5.
No.
Do you know when I started working? The moment I started washing plates, man, they started paying me to wash plates.
Okay.
Man. That's when I started working. So I'm serious. What I'm saying. You know, now these days, I don't know what age people tend to do dishes now, but you know, dishes. That's where every African child started.
But you got paid for it.
That's what
we would never get paid for that. That was like our responsibility.
It was like an incentive. You understand? So that's why we started our entrepreneur journey, washing plates, man. Because if the plate broke, you will pay back from the ones they paid you before.
But you know something funny? There's trouble in many homes right now. There's this electronic piggy bank ATM.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
It's an
Actually,
ATM.
Sally, that's how come I know. So it's let me use this to describe it.
Looks something like this.
So it's about this size, and then there's an opening here where you put in money. So the child gets to use a code to bring out the money when the child is, wants to spend it. You know, when we were growing up, we had this colo that you just break on the floor to get out your money. This one, you don't require that. It's electronic, so you just put a code. So my cousin got it for me, and our child has been on her neck. Mommy, I just carried your bag into the room. Can I have 500 naira, please?
Wow.
She goes and puts it.
Are you kidding?
You know why? Because even the description of the product shows 1,000. So she told her mom that she's being nice to collect 500 out of 1,000.
Okay, that you should
So
only
I
put
don't
1,000.
think you should start doing that with your kids like that early. Yes, let them understand the value of money and all, but once you start doing that, the kids will refuse to do things for you without.
Ask Mike whether he refused. Did you refuse? Even though you were being paid to do chores.
Then born you were. I don't understand that.
Oh goodness.
Okay,
I mean, growing up,
I wanted to have my own session of etiquette now. Tea etiquette.
Okay.
I learned a bit from TT also. But just before I talk about tea etiquette, do you want us to celebrate your birthday? Do you want your picture to be on screen? I want us singing and dancing happy birthday songs to you.
Yes, so
tweet to us at TVC Connect if your birthday is within this week. Now that means from 18th to let's say about 23rd of March. Tweet the picture, your birthday, your friend's birthday, your daddy, your mommy, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your aunt, your uncle. Just
why didn't you put wife and husband?
Wife, husband, friends, enemies,
Oh, wow.
Send in the pictures.
We're doing birthday shout-outs.
We'll give birthday shout-outs. Use hashtag Wake Up Nigeria. Tag any of us. But definitely you have to tag at TVC Connect. And tomorrow, we'll celebrate your birthday.
Yes, sir.
We'll celebrate your birthday.
Celebrating March babies.
Yes, March babies born this week. Monday through to Sunday, I believe.
Sunday, the 25th and all that. It's your birthday. Let's make it happen.
Okay.
Right, so we have to take a short break now.
Yeah.
We have a musical performance for you when we return. Stay with us.
Thank you for staying tuned. It's still Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for a performance, something to wake us all up. Now, I have Uzi here. Uzi is a Nigerian Ghanaian Afro R&B singer, songwriter, who has featured such acts like Big Mo, Banky W, Dami Crane, T.Y. Mix, and so many others. He released his first single, Set Me on Fire, in 2016. So are you going to be setting us on fire today, or you have something else for us?
Definitely.
So what are you performing? Set Me on Fire.
Over Sabi.
Over Sabi?
Yeah.
Because I can't find a fire extinguisher. Like it's
right,
So Uzi, you've been in the industry for quite a while now.
Yeah.
How long now?
I'll say about 6 years now.
6 years?
Yeah, I started writing music.
Okay.
You know, I started basically as a songwriter, but right now I'm pushing my music now.
Okay,
so.
yeah, because that was what I was about to ask you when you said 6 years, because I know some people will say, well, I've been in the industry for 10 years, and everybody's like, we haven't heard of you. It's usually because you're probably producing, doing songwriting. So yours was songwriting.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of songwriting at the time.
What is your most popular song that you've written?
I mean, I can't say, you know,
Okay, give me like 5
non-disclosure agreements, you know.
Oh, due to agreements, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true, you won't be able to mention that.
Right.
All right, so besides songwriting, you love to sing as well. Do you produce?
Yeah, I love to sing. No, I don't produce.
You don't produce,
No.
but you love to sing as well.
Yeah, I write my music and I sing.
So I take it you write your own songs?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. So who are your biggest influences?
I like Two-Face a lot.
You do?
Yeah, I like Two-Face a lot.
I see you copied his beard as well, but go on.
Yeah, I like Banky W too.
Okay.
You know, internationally, I like Chris Brown a lot.
You like Chris Brown?
Yeah.
Okay, that explains what's on your head. That's fine.
Oh yeah. Right.
So which of Chris Brown's songs is your favorite, and which of Tu Baba's songs?
I like Don't Judge Me.
Don't Judge. Oh, that's a nice song.
Yeah, that's a beautiful
really
song.
Nice
That's
song.
one of my favorite songs from Chris Brown. And then Tu Baba, African Queen, definitely.
Oh, African Queen,
Yeah,
through the years.
number one,
That's
yeah.
been your favorite. Oh, wow. So if you were to get the opportunity to collaborate with about, say, 3 to 5 really major artists in Nigeria, who are those 3 to 5 people you would choose?
Well, I like Wizkid a lot. I like his vibe.
So you'd like to work with Wizkid?
Yeah, I like Wizkid a lot.
Okay, so we have 4 more to go?
Yeah, I like Davido.
Davido, okay.
I like Kiss Daniels.
Kiss Daniel, okay.
Yeah, I like Burna Boy a lot.
Burna Boy.
Yeah, I like Burna Boy a lot.
Interesting. And who else? It's not that deep. I'm sure we have so many.
I mean, those are my favorite, you know.
Okay, so those 4 then. We'll stick to those 4.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to let you perform over Sabi
Right.
and see whether you Sabi.
Abi.
All right, so take it away.
Let's go.
So for all things bright and beautiful and enlightening and
Yes,
fun,
sir. Yes, sir.
this is where you need to be, and you're certainly tuned into the right show.
Trust us. Wake Up Nigeria is the only show that you want to get with you every single morning before you step out of the house and start your week. Now, Mondays are always amazing.
Oh, an hour's already gone by, just to mention. Just wanted to throw that out there.
If you're about to
Now, we
step
started
out.
at 6, so, you know, an hour's gone by already.
Oh, goodness me.
I'm
That
just
6 a.m. thing, we're gonna break that barrier. We are.
We already have.
But we only hope that your plans for the new week have started mapping out the right way.
Yeah.
And even if it hasn't, trust it's about to get better.
Yeah, I hope you learned a thing or two about the traffic situation in your area. We'd
Earlier
like to bring
on.
it out on Mondays, especially because of the traffic. So yeah.
Then we also had 180 seconds of travel. If you missed that, you should check it out on YouTube. Soon enough, it will be right there. Somewhere you might plan to visit one of these days.
Yes, indeed.
But
And
there's
then,
still quite a bit coming up on the show.
Yeah, especially the kitchen segment.
Yeah.
And of course, the usual, which is Tony in the garden for some fitness. And we have Chef Ture in the building already. And she's going to be with Mary in the kitchen. So something nice, lots of nice things are going to be happening today.
Hey, Chef Ture is already busy.
Yes, so she has to get started today. Today promises to be really exciting. What she has planned there, it will blow your mind, literally.
Woo! What is that?
Oh, that's the beans. Tell what is this?
me.
This is beans. Yeah.
And pepper.
And pepper.
Yes.
See?
Can't
We
wait
are
to
cooking
find out what that's
immediately.
all about.
All right, so looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. It's going to be nice.
So-
And heading straight to this morning's, the highlights for the rest of the morning. Mike has some tech updates for us and some inventions currently hitting the market.
Yes, so can't wait to see what he has put together. Then, of course, we'll have Victoria Praise Abram join us. She'll be helping motivate us to thrive, even in the face of adversity. something we all need. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, okay. On car maintenance today, Ayo Shofela will be moving on to electric power steering. We started with hydraulic kind last week, I believe. Now we're on the electric kind. Can't wait to see what she has for us.
And on our SME series, Opeoluwa Oluwafemi, the creative director of Oluwafemi Lagos, will be joining us for a discussion. We know how it is running an SME in Lagos.
Our guest for the day is Nigerian actress Beverly Naya. She'll be joining us right here for a chat. Yeah. Still got a packed show. Started it well. It's going to get better. But guess who joined us? Okay, he's not smiling. How far, Mike? How you doing? How you doing? You good? What's going on? Yoo-hoo.
Very good. So, yeah, over the weekend, quite a lot happened. So there's this guy that was bringing up this rant, and very interesting rant.
Okay.
Because I've been ranting for a very long while. So they went to the passport office.
Okay.
And they told him that there were no booklets.
No booklets?
And then he went for
So we're back to that again.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So they went to the passport
real?
office. So there were no booklets. So and then the guy now said something. He said, wow. She said, but the one that blew his mind. But then they said, that they're expecting some from Malaysia.
From where? From another country?
From Malaysia.
So we produce. So the guy goes like, we produce our booklet. I said, well, try. At least now, rice production, we're #1 in Africa now. That is quite a good thing. But there's a lot of long ways to go. I mean, it's the #1 document in our country, right? The passport of a country should be the #1 document. Why do we have to produce it outside?
Okay, so some countries, to the best of my
The naira is
to the best of my
produced in China.
knowledge, some countries, not just even Nigeria, they tend to give out things like that, sensitive documents like that to another country under cover. Like what that person was told that, oh, we're expecting from Malaysia is actually not supposed to be. You shouldn't have told the guy.
Yeah, you shouldn't have that information.
Yeah, he's not supposed to have that information. Some countries actually do that. But you see, in Nigeria, we don't know limits on your job. It's because you have inside knowledge of something. It's no reason for you to tell it to everybody. Don't say, my company would, it's wrong. It's very wrong. It's actually even against the ethics of any profession.
Honestly, the fact that you're saying that he's ranting about that now means that he's been given too much information.
Now the whole world knows.
Honestly.
Yeah, but everybody knew that we're bringing in the polymer naira from China.
But we didn't know exactly where it was from. Like,
we knew.
We knew it was from China.
Okay.
The passport one, I didn't. I knew about the naira. All right, you are welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. And it's another beautiful day. We just see a new opportunity to bring you a special recipe. It's Chef Ture. Yeah, she's the one taking the lead this morning. And she'll be making moi moi burger and yeri colada.
Exactly, ma.
Which one is yeri colada? We'll get to that. Let's first talk about the ingredients. The ingredients are currently on your screen for the moi moi burger. So we have
Oil, granite oil.
Yeah.
Coconut milk. Though this one is for the smoothie, not the burger.
Oh, okay.
This is our beans, our blended beans and pepper.
Okay, so what did you blend in here?
My beans, I peeled it.
Yeah.
Then I added my pepper and salt and maggi, and I added egg to give it taste. So that's what we are boiling.
Yeah, so take a look at it. So we have some of the moi moi cooking already. We can't wait to dig into that much later. Everyone loves moi moi. Yeah. Okay, so away from this, what else? Tomatoes?
Tomatoes and burger bread.
Yeah.
This is what we'll be using for the
akara.
Yeah.
This is
not
like
akara.
Sorry, the moi moi. This is the soul of it because you have moi moi burger. So it's part of the main recipe. Okay, so this one.
Cucumber, onion, and lettuce. These are the vegetables that
for the smoothie.
No.
What are you
for
making?
the burger? The vegetables.
Oh, really? Okay, okay. I thought you were going to put this in the smoothie especially. No. But I was wondering what this had to do with it and this as well. But of course, you see a lot of interesting things happening here.
Exactly.
And
so
then, of course,
this is a banana for the smoothie and pineapple and coconut milk.
Okay, so these three are for the
smoothie.
The banana,
pineapple, and coconut milk.
Yeri colada. So what informed the yeri in it? It's just the name you called it?
Just a name, because it's just about creativity and your innovation. So I just gave it Thierry Colada.
Okay, so we cut this up, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, there are different ways of making moi moi. If I decide that I don't want to make it plain like this, would it affect the recipe? Like if I want to put in fish or chicken or meat?
We can't have two protein, because when we are doing it, I would actually make poached egg with this.
Oh, you're still going to make poached egg with
yes.
this? Okay.
But it's not among the moi moi recipe. So if I should put it in the moi moi, it won't be so good in
Okay,
it.
so what it means is you can't get so flexible with what you put in because of the egg going in there.
Yes.
Wow, wow, I had no idea. I had no idea. It's a good thing I asked.
Thank you.
All right, so all of these bananas and pineapple.
Pineapple. I might not use all the pineapple. I might use half of it, but I would use more pineapple.
More pineapple,
Yes.
okay. Is there a reason you're not using up to all of this?
No reason in particular. It's just the quantity of what I need. I'm very sure I'll get it with this.
Okay, so how many people with that quantity
You're always
take care of?
asking how many people.
Yes, because I'm sure many people want to know, okay, if I have this amount of pineapples, by the way, this is a whole large pineapple, all right?
Yes.
So we cut it into cubes, as you can see. So
we can still serve 6 people.
6? Wow. I was thinking you would tell me 2 or 4.
No, 6 people.
Well, that's a lot. That's a whole lot.
That's a lot.
Great. Okay, so how do we make the smoothie?
We blend the pineapple very well. So when we blend it, we can add little coconut milk to it instead of water. Okay. So after that, when it is smooth, you get this particular texture.
There's
maybe
no draining because it's not juice, of course.
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll dice banana in it. So we are still going to blend it to be very smooth as well.
Okay, so we are dicing in the banana. We are not putting in the banana like this.
You don't understand. We'll put in the banana. We would have to dice it before we blend, because I can't just drop this.
You can't drop it like this,
like
so we
that.
have to dice the banana
yes,
first. Okay.
before we blend it.
All right, so today we're making moi moi burger. You've heard of different kind of burger. You've heard akara burger. You've heard the ones made by the Meshai with eggs and all. But today it is moi moi burger. The ingredients are currently on your screen for you to catch up in case you missed it earlier. Soon enough, we'll be going on a break. And of course, Chef Turay, she'll be busy doing more of the preparations. We'll probably have the smoothie ready before we come back to show you how the akara, why is akara getting into me?
Because you love fish akara. No, fish akara. That's what you're remembering.
All right, so we'll definitely have the moi moi ready in time for us to show you how the moi moi burger is made. But of course, you have to stay tuned for that. Stay with us. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
We need to motivate people this morning, as it's a Monday, and as the saying goes, when the going gets tough, only the tough get going. When adversity comes, and it's bound to come as long as we're alive, how do we go on with life and still thrive? That is the question for the day, and we have Victoria Praise Abram here this morning. She's a motivational speaker and author of, how many books is it now?
11.
11 books.
Going to the 12th one.
Do you know, I was about to say 8. Thank goodness I asked.
11.
11 books.
Yes.
Amazing. Welcome back to the studio.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so adversity. Can we give a small insight into what that is?
Troubles, trials, traumas, sometimes depression.
Wow.
You know, a lot of challenge, crisis, you know, sometimes a mix of all of those things.
Have you ever had any experience?
Oh, yeah,
like
sure.
Okay.
Adversity happened to me.
Wow.
But I chose to happen to adversity.
Okay, you happened to it.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I realized that it was either going to take me on or I take it on. So when it came, I took it on.
So that's the mindset we need to build.
Absolutely.
But it's hard for people to...
I know. I know, especially when you're going through adversity. It seems like the whole world is caving in on you. It seems like the end has finally come. But the truth of the matter is, it's not meant to kill you.
Okay.
It's not meant to kill you. It's meant to make you stronger, better, greater, richer, you know? It's not meant to kill you.
Okay, so I like the way we've started now. So that's the first thing to note, I guess, for most people.
Yes.
So what other, things should people note about this issue of adversity?
When adversity comes, the first thing to know is that it's going to come at one point or the other in your life.
Okay.
Maybe when you're young, when you're in the middle of your years, or towards the end of the year, or towards the end of your life. But whatever happens, realize that your life is meant to get better.
Okay.
You know, and also note that you need an anchor. You know, you need God. Put it that way.
So so we've started with at least understand that adversity will come.
It'll come.
Then
it won't kill you.
It won't kill you.
It won't kill you.
Have an anchor.
Have an anchor.
So why is the anchor so important?
The anchor is important because when it comes, it has the power to sweep you away.
Okay.
But when your anchor is stronger than your adversity, then your anchor holds.
All right.
And so you need a force stronger than yourself, who is God, you know. So you need that anchor in your adversity.
I've found that a lot of people, well, some people haven't found an anchor in God. They've been told to have an anchor in God all their lives, but they haven't actually, built that relationship with God. So I'm wondering if they don't have that kind of anchor, is it too late to find one?
It's never late, even in the deepest deep, and in the most totally hopeless situation, you can cry out for help,
okay.
To the unseen God who sees all things. So he will be there, and he will make sure that you're not swallowed up by your adversity.
Okay.
That's an assurance.
Okay, so we've figured out that adversity will come.
It'll come.
We've also figured out that it's not going to kill us. It's supposed to make us stronger.
It's not going to kill you.
Once you have the anchor,
yes.
What's next?
The next thing is to surround yourself with positive, powerful, faith-filled people,
okay,
that can hold your hand in your day of adversity.
Okay.
These are friends that are tested, that you can rely upon, even though some friendships you can't rely on, but your friends, those that stand with you, who've been there quietly, but significantly.
Okay.
So you need such people to be around you, speak words of encouragement, say a word of prayer, always there to hold your hand.
Okay, so does this include family?
It includes family in a way, but not necessarily.
Okay.
Because there are some friends that are actually better, stronger, sweeter than family. Unfortunately, but that's just the truth. Remember the story of Joseph in the Bible. His family actually let him down, but his father always had him on his mind.
Okay.
So you need some family support.
Of course.
But more than family support, you need friends that are chosen for you by God,
okay,
to stand with you in that day of adversity.
So now the issue of friends, positive thinkers, powerful friends.
Yes.
What if you have friends that are exactly the opposite?
Oh, wow. God help us. Somehow, I know God won't leave you helpless.
Okay.
So if you don't have those kind of friends, perhaps you would have family.
Okay.
But
it's not too late to make those kinds of friends.
It's not too late to make those kind of friends, but you would have somebody.
Okay.
It can be a friend, it can be an associate, it can even be a business associate, who has your good wishes at heart.
Of course.
So it depends.
Once you've surrounded yourself with positive people that can give you encouragement, I'm wondering what they're encouraging you to do next.
Not to give up.
Okay.
Not to faint. Not to collapse. Not to die. Because adversity has that power to take you all the way down to despair and depression. But realize that there are role models all around you, people who've gone through the same similar types of adversity and have come out better.
Okay.
So you can actually look at their lives and take a cue that it's not over yet.
Okay.
And that if they made it through their journey, you too can make it through. So for instance, I'm here to say to many people out there, you know, who are suffering adversity at the moment, I also suffered adversity. I went through depression. Who would know, except I said it to them, you know, but today I'm stronger, I'm better, I'm richer, I'm tougher as well, you know. So have role models, people that are outside of your immediate circle that you can also look up to, you know, and hear some of the things they say, you know.
Okay, so we've changed our mindset. We've started climbing out of that hole. But then what is the next thing we need to do?
You've got to set goals.
Okay.
Begin to dream again, you know. Begin to see a future that is brighter than where you are at the moment. Begin to see a tomorrow that can birth the kind of future that you dream about. You know, it's similar to where we are in Nigeria at the moment. A lot of people are, you know, in difficult places, they're jobless and things like that. But we all pray and hope for a better tomorrow.
Okay.
So even on a national level, you know, aside from individuals, there is a better tomorrow ahead of us all, both as individuals, corporations, companies, and as a nation.
Okay, so I'm hoping to advise people on how to set those goals. So we've said set goals, but how do you go about it?
Okay, you need to, first of all, if you're not in a work environment, you know, where you're doing secular work, if you're working for yourself or you're an entrepreneur, for instance, you need to find out your skill sets, you need to find out your giftings and your talents, and try and find a path from that skill set, talents and giftings as to what can you do to better the lot of your life.
Okay.
You know, so you for instance, I'm a writer. It was actually in my days of depression that I started to write.
Okay.
So I started journaling, you know, that was a baby step, you know, and then from then I thought, okay, maybe I should write a book, you know. So I wrote a book, and then I thought, this is quite nice. Why don't I make it a profession?
Okay.
And today I've written 11 books.
11 books.
11 books.
Amazing.
So
I have to say a big thank you to you for coming to the studio.
Yes.
And well, I can't wait to see book number 12.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
All right then.
It's coming.
Victoria Praise Abram in the studio once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We have to take a short break now, but we will be back.
That's right, you are welcome again to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. And we are starting our week with moi moi and yeri colada. Not just moi moi, but moi moi burger. Yeah. That's a mouthful. On your screen right now, the ingredients are there for the moi moi burger. We have moi moi, of course, the burger bun, tomato, onions, quite a number of stuff. And that is the recipe from Chef Toure this morning. Okay, so you've taken us by storm already. Our mouths are watering. What's going to happen next? Oh, we have our smoothie ready. So for the benefit of those just tuning in, what made up the smoothie? I was pouring this. Okay.
We used pineapple, coconut milk, and banana. So we just blended everything together. Instead of using water to blend it, so that's why we used the coconut milk to add another taste to it.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
nice.
so that was what we did.
So banana, pineapple and coconut milk. Now, if this was anything else, I would probably try it.
Yes, definitely.
However,
it's pretty simple.
I'm not a fan of bananas. I've just never liked bananas. So I'm just going to pass on this one. But hey, everyone who gets to have a taste of this, I'm sure you would enjoy it. Cutting up tomatoes now, what are the tomatoes for?
Yeah, I'll do this. It's going to be among the vegetables that will be used for my burger, my moi moi burger.
Okay, so the moi moi is almost ready. It's still about 5–10 minutes away from being cooked. That's what it looks like now.
Yes.
Could you show us?
This is it. It is not the regular moi moi. That's why we didn't add eggs, fish, all those regular cereals to it.
Yes.
And because it's going into the burger, that's why we just have to make it simple and moderate.
Now, earlier, Chef Toure explained why it is not the regular moi moi and why you cannot add the protein into the moi moi. So you don't put your crayfish, your eggs, your fish, whatever it is. Could you run us by that again?
Okay, so we made
the reason you're not putting anything inside the moi moi.
Because of I would be using poached egg for the burger, so I can't have two different protein in the...
Okay, so when we are laying it, we have our bread cut into half. Yeah.
And we are going to spread custard.
Custard?
Mayonnaise. We're going to spread custard into it. Don't worry, you'd enjoy it.
Are you serious?
And we'll use our lettuce.
Okay, so then, custard, lettuce, yeah.
Then our tomatoes,
okay,
onions, then the moi moi, cabbage and lettuce.
So the cucumber will still go into it as well?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to be crunchy as well.
It's going to be crunchy as well. This is moi moi with a difference. I know somebody's KPI is dependent on this. So we'll just have to make the most of it and ensure that she's protected. All right, so today we're making moi moi burger and yeri colada. This is the yeri colada. She gave it a funkified name. The ingredients for yeri colada are currently on your screen right now. The yeri colada is made up of pineapple, banana, and coconut milk. If you were tuned in earlier, you would have seen her cut up the pineapple as well as the banana. So this is what it looks like. Let me take this away so everyone can see what our smoothie looks like, or rather, our yeri colada. Yeah. So that's it, ready for consumption. Oh my, it looks really good.
You need to try it at home because it's really nice.
It's actually very simple. I was surprised. I was thinking you're going to bring one of those contraptions to make it, but all she did was blend them together. Just blend the pineapple, blend the banana. Yeah, you cut that up and then you pour in the coconut milk. And that was it all. Very easy, something you can do. But if you have pepper in your blender, just wash it. Or else you have yeri pepper colada.
It's yeri now.
Because there's no pepper in this one at all. Not at all. So our moi moi is almost ready.
Yes, it will soon be ready. As I can see.
You probably not get to see the process of putting this together. But don't worry, you definitely see it put together at the end of the show. When everybody comes to have breakfast. So many eyes on this right now. Everybody's like, Mary, keep mine. Oh, yeah, right. I'm going to have everything except the yeri colada because of the bananas.
You can try it, though. There's no harm in trying.
Bananas. I'll end up in a very bad way all day. It's that bad.
Sorry about that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so onions. These have to be cut in rings, right? Because of the burger thing. Same as the tomatoes. That's why they are cut like that. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I really can't wait for this to be ready.
We are back. It's Monday morning. It's 8 o'clock, and we've been here for 2 hours for you, doing everything in the kitchen.
Yes, sir.
Bringing you this week in history, somewhere to travel to, traffic, everything right here.
We've been to the garden for fitness. So much has happened already. But take note, if you have to leave the house right now, we're streaming live, and of course on Facebook, we're at TVC Connect. For comments, ensure you use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria for Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Please make sure you use that hashtag with your birthday shout-outs. If you know someone is having a birthday or it's your birthday sometime this week, send it to us. Hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
Of course,
your picture.
Yeah.
And your date of birth, obviously.
Yeah, so we can, of course, send those shout-outs and read it out on the show.
Tomorrow.
Now, Mary and Chef Toure are pretending to be busy in the kitchen.
They're not pretending.
Oh, they're not? Okay.
All these.
I'm just...
They're actually busy.
Oh, they're pretty busy.
Yeah.
Looks like lots of things going on there. Anyway, so let's bring you with the highlights of what we have left for you over the next 1 hour.
Yes, so AutoMedics, Ayo Shofela is going to be here soon. We're talking about power steering. This time, we're going to focus on the electrical power steering. You have no idea what that is? Well, you'll find out soon.
And then we get to sit down with Okpa Oluwafemi, the creative director of Oluwafemi Lagos. He will be sharing his journey with us so far in the world of business as an entrepreneur.
Yes, so. Then lastly, we have Nigerian actress Beverly Naya. She's going to be joining us very soon for a chat. All right.
So do this current generation, like the younger generation, do they see Beyonce like the icon that we used to see her as?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think
because I think it's a generational thing. There are some people who will tell you Madonna, you Madonna.
Yeah. Okay. Some will tell you you're not Beyonce, but now someone like Ariana Grande.
Yeah. She's
this generation's Beyonce right kind of.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah,
because there's this whole
really big
beehive with their
but they're all getting older,
yeah,
you know. And now she's married, she has kids. Once she has married, and once she's got married and has kids, she's moved up a notch.
Yeah,
she's left a particular generation, you know.
There's a generation that has Rihanna as their Beyonce.
Yeah.
There's another generation now that has Ariana Grande as their Beyonce.
There was a generation that had Britney Spears as their, you know.
Yeah, I think that's my generation.
Yeah. So
you know, the entertainment is quite fleeting, eh? Except
seasonal.
Those ones that are the OGs, the ones that are evergreen. But Britney Spears at one time was so
she was huge.
It was massive.
Huge.
But now we don't even know what she's doing.
Oh, she's still doing music.
Yeah.
And you know what helps many of them? Las Vegas residency.
Yeah.
They get to, you know, some places there, like a particular hotel might decide to keep them on for a few months just to perform for their guests.
Yeah.
So they call it the residency, and that's where many of them even make their money from.
Of course.
The Las Vegas
like
residency.
Celine Dion did that.
Yes,
she's 2-3 years straight.
Yes, 2-3 years. She's still doing it. As a matter of fact, Lady Gaga currently has a residency ongoing. She released one performance from it some few weeks back. It was really crazy.
J-Lo's done it too.
Lady Gaga's relevance has come back in a very, very big way.
Yeah.
I mean, after being top of charts, top of pop culture and everything, she came back with a Grammy and an Oscar at the same time. Man, that's big.
Yeah.
Like she has entered legendary status.
Yeah.
I mean,
she has a museum with all her outfits from when she initially came out. There's a whole museum.
Yeah. That's big. So kudos to Bradley Cooper, man. Bradley Cooper really did something in her life, man. But they did something in each other's lives. Ways.
What are you talking about?
You really want to go there?
No, I mean, their chemistry was undeniable.
It was just too much.
It was just too good.
Yeah, but for those blaming Bradley Cooper for the breakup with her fiance, she's come out to say all she did was act as directed by him. Nothing intimate between them.
I'm not there.
What makes you think that's what informed you?
He's a guy now.
So there was this joke.
She was so obviously enamored with him.
Before we go to this news, there's this story about J-Lo. Of course, it's her 5th engagement. Yeah. So like, hey, she's Thanos. She needs just one more stone.
5.
It's actually her 6th engagement. It's her 6th.
She's Thanos. Once she gets the final engagement,
she'll take over the world.
She'll not take over. All you do like this.
But that's a hot woman.
And then 2 of us will move. And 2 remain.
And she's 49. She's going to be 50 in July.
Welcome back. Now, just before we go to our AutoMedics, let's take our SME series as we have Oluwafemi, who is a fashion entrepreneur. He's the creative director of Oluwafemi Lagos, a bespoke fashion line that caters to men and women outfit. He's joining us on the show to talk about the pros and cons of having a fashion line in Nigeria. It's great to have you. You are welcome.
How are you doing?
I know that doing almost any business in Nigeria can be very, very challenging. And then fashion. Fashion is something that there has been some allure to fashion. Fashion has grown. I mean, growing up, we used to talk about tailors, but now, man, everybody's either a designer or a stylist and all of that. Let's talk about the industry. What do you think, the evolution of the industry, what do you think happened that made fashion so desirable now?
I think fashion has always been a part of human life. It's always been a part of human life. But most of us grew up at the time when everything that we wore were brought from abroad.
Okay,
so
yeah,
as time progressed, people realized that, oh, people can actually make these things. You can make these things here. Like, it doesn't always have to be brought from abroad. So, and then I would always say the entertainment industry in Nigeria blew up. It was only right fashion followed.
To follow, true, true, and so our fashion. Now, but then doing, getting bespoke attires at times can be more expensive than just going out there to go get something off the rack or somewhere. Why so?
Because if you're buying bespoke, really, it's made for you. It's tailored to you. If you're buying off the rack, you walk into a store, you're buying stuff that has been made in different sizes. You pick up your size and then you go. But if you're buying bespoke, what that means is I want it made for me. Like, I want you to take my measurement. I want the sleeves to stop right here. I want like all those things, they have to be paid for anywhere in the world. I think bespoke in Nigeria is the cheapest, actually, because anywhere in the world, bespoke is expensive. It is always expensive.
It is always. Okay, so in Nigeria, what are the challenges you have faced as a fashion entrepreneur in Nigeria?
I think basically the same challenges everybody faces in business in Nigeria. I mean, infrastructure, you probably have to provide everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. Nothing is given. You have to provide everything. But it's very interesting. And then if you're driven, I think for me, I don't see them as challenges. I see them as things that, oh, okay, so this is what we have to deal with today. Like, it's actually interesting. If you flip it, it is interesting.
But, you know, we have had a number of brands. I mean, multinationals leave the country due to some major challenges we have here when it comes to power and all of that. At the time, I think about how entrepreneurs or SMEs like you, how you get to survive in such, you know, daunting environment.
Think the reality remains that Nigeria is it's a very peculiar business environment. Like, what works abroad doesn't work here. What works down the road doesn't work here. With Nigeria, you have to understand the market. You have to understand the market, you have to understand the people, and then you have to understand that this is how things work here. Zero infrastructure. With zero infrastructure, that means you have to provide everything. You have to provide your own power. Like, if you're going to set up a factory anywhere else in the world, you just set up the factory and then plug it to the
national grid or something.
But here you have to provide your own power, probably provide your own security. You provide everything. But in spite of all of this, we can still do great stuff.
Okay, so now, when it comes to your bespoke designs, do you is it purely African-based, or do you do anything
I think
around?
In the past 10 to 15 years, my brand has evolved. Like, we've had to sit down and look at it. Like, okay, do you know what? What do we need to survive? Because it's a very tough business environment. Working in Nigeria is very tough. We've had to sit down and look at it. Okay, do you know what? We would have to do a ready-to-wear line. You still keep the bespoke, but then again, you know, because it gets so expensive, and then not everybody can afford it. Let's be realistic. Not everybody can afford it. So you'd have to create a ready-to-wear line that, okay, this one brings in money on a regular basis. Or if you want to do bespoke. But just have a line that when the door is open, customers can still buy. I mean, I'm here, and the stores are still selling clothes. Now, now this is personal to you. Now, some people learn along the line with their own business. Some people get some kind of prior training, maybe go to a business school and learn the ropes around. I know, like you said, there are things that are peculiar to our environment, unique to our own environment. But for your own particular story, did you learn with your own business? How was it for you? How did you overcome those challenges? I am still learning with my own business. Like, I'm still learning with my own business. Because the reality is, and I was talking to someone about this yesterday, that I think the greatest problem we have as entrepreneurs in Nigeria is that we are creating the path. Like, there's no template to follow. Nobody has done it along this line. Nobody has done it this big. So at every point, you are clearing the path before you walk. You make mistakes, you learn from them. It's quite interesting. It would be really easy and fun if there was a brand to model after, like, okay, this is what these guys are doing, this is what we need to be doing. Wow. But we don't have any of that. So you have to make your own mistakes, learn from them. Then I think because of that, it also makes you, it gives you, I don't know how to put it, it embeds in you this alarm bell that always just goes off at the slightest sign of danger, because you know that, okay, you know, we can lose everything. Like, in the next 5-10 minutes, we can lose everything. So this is what it makes you extra careful, but also it's fun. As in, that's how I just see it. Like, it's fun. I
love the way you ended it. It's fun. And I think that's what every other person can take out there. Now, hey, you learn from your mistakes.
You learn from your own mistakes. Like, because the mistakes, and then because fashion brands are different. Everywhere in the world, fashion brands are different. So you have unique challenges. You have unique, like, say, for example, my problem as a fashion brand can be, how do I sell more clothes? Your problem can be, how do we streamline our customers.
Like that. Wow, wonderful. Thank you so very much, Oluwafemi. All the best, and wishing you go further and higher. Thank you very much. All right, that's all we can take on the SME series this morning. Let's head over to the garden. Yomi, we're talking electric system here. Last week I spoke about the hydraulic. What do you have for us this morning on the electric power steering?
All right, so we're here out in the garden to talk about cars, as we do every single Monday. A little part of your car that we look at, and then we go on to the next. Now, last week we talked about the hydraulic steering wheel, and today we're talking about the electric power steering wheel. And I have here with me, of course, Ayo Shofela, who's from AutoMedics, and you're going to be talking to us about the electric power steering wheel and how that's different from the hydraulic wheel we talked about last week. So talk to us.
All right, so the electric power steering, just like the name implies, everything that is involved with the power steering is totally electric. Unlike the hydraulic, where we discussed about the pump and the steering rack, in this case, there's no pump because you don't need a pump to pump fluid around. What you have is an electric steering column under the dashboard. It's not visible to people, that's why we didn't.
So so we can't see it now. But one of the things that we talked about before was that there are major differences between the hydraulic and the electric, and some people prefer either one. So with you, like you said, for instance, with the hydraulic, even when there's an issue, you can still navigate a little bit. But with this one, it's
once it goes bad, it's bad. You have to change whatever is wrong. Now it has what the local mechanics call a brain box. We call it a module. Electric power steering module. It has that which controls all the electrics around the steering itself, which is separate from the electric steering column. So when there's a problem, the module just shuts down, which means the steering will not be able to turn. With the hydraulic, you could still add a little bit more effort and turn the steering to wherever you're going, but with this, it just becomes totally stiff.
So isn't that more dangerous? Like if you're driving maybe at a top speed or maybe in a particular situation and suddenly it just stops? It
is dangerous, but then it should have been giving you warning signs. It will give you a warning light. Remember we spoke about warning lights once. To give you a warning light on the dashboard, a steering warning light to tell you that something is happening, and this would have been happening for some time before it eventually packs off. Now the benefits of this is the steering is way softer than the hydraulic. It's
nice, because you're looking for that.
You could actually be driving with one hand and you wouldn't even feel anything. It's way softer. So most people prefer it. But on the downside, when it goes bad totally.
Yeah, because I mean, once you have that nice feel with your steering, it's always good to navigate. But with the hydraulic, of course, usually you're able to do more with it. Also, with looking for mechanics for an electric steering wheel, obviously it will be more difficult, right?
Well, we have more advanced mechanics out there now who will be able to diagnose it. Once there's a problem with it, I always tell people, run a scan on the steering first. It's not like the hydraulic where you just go there and manually check, is the pump bad, is the rack bad. With this, you have to run a scan first because there are a series of sensors that work with it. One sensor can go bad and just shut down the system.
Now with hydraulic, I know that usually even a regular driver who doesn't know much about it can just do a check and say, you know what, my fluid is short, and then just top up with it. But with this one, you need a professional to definitely look at it.
You come to the engine looking at this is an electric power steering car. You look at it, you won't see a reservoir for power steering, you won't see anything. So you cannot just diagnose. It's even up to the extent where a fuse, blown fuse, can make the steering stiff.
Wow. And one of the things that you talked about was that if there's a problem, you probably would have to change the whole steering column if there's a definite issue with it.
Exactly. It's either the steering column or the steering module. One of the two of them.
Wow. So this is obviously more expensive because with the hydraulic one, you can change the steering pump. Or you can change a little bit of this and that, but this one you have to change the entire thing. So obviously this is more expensive.
Exactly. I think about 4 or 5 years ago when the system first started getting to Nigeria, it was pretty expensive. You're talking about thousands of naira to change that model, but it's beginning to come down on certain vehicles like Toyotas. The price is beginning to come down, but other advanced vehicles, it's
still pretty expensive.
Very expensive.
So what would you recommend, electrical or hydraulic?
It depends on your choice. If you want softness with the steering, go for an electric, but then it's going to get to a point where we won't have a choice. Cars coming out from 010, majority of them, 80% of them are electric. So you get to a point where if you want to drive a modern car, you just have to follow the trend.
Instead of the hydraulic one. Shofala, it's always exciting having you on the show. So yeah, if you prefer the steering wheels to be nice and soft, you know how it is. it's the 21st century. You definitely want to get an electric steering, power steering, instead of the hydraulic ones, which are already fading out as well. Thank you so much for joining us. AutoMedics, you can find them on Instagram at AutoMedics. AutoMedics, just AutoMedics, right? Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be right back after this.
Oh, wow. Okay, yes, it's a Monday, but we already have a fantastic celebrity in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
We're excited to have
Beverly
Nye join us.
I was about to give us some nice intro. You just
oh, no, okay, yeah, you go ahead and do
intro.
it. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it.
Amazing actress Beverly Nye is in the building.
Yeah.
Multiple award-winning things.
Yeah, she's British-born actually, and she began her acting career at the age of 17 while she was studying at the Brunel University in Uxbridge, England.
Yes, so she won Most Promising Talent category in the 2010 edition of the Born Awards, and she won the Most Fast Rising Actress category at the City People Entertainment Awards in 2011. But since then, we've seen her in quite a few interesting movies.
And on many red carpets.
Slaying
her dress.
Well.
Good to have you join us on the show.
Hi, it's good to be here. How are you?
We dragged you out of bed on a Monday morning.
Man, I've been here since 6:30. I thought I was going to supposed to come really early, so I was sleeping on the couch and watching the show intermittently. But yeah,
have you been enjoying the show?
I love it. I think it's really good. Good chemistry, and it's just generally a really interesting show.
It's the #1 breakfast show right now, so we just wanted to put it out there, just so you know.
Yeah, so I want you to help blow our trumpet. What segment was it that caught your eye?
I like the history part where you guys were going back in time a bit and talking about old films, books, and all that type of stuff. Yeah. Also like the cooking. That looked quite interesting. It's just nice. It's just a modern take on things, which is quite interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the chemistry is good.
I just needed that. I needed that. Now I'm officially awake now. But Beverly, you need to tell us how you got into this, industry. How did it start?
It started for me in, I was still in uni at the time.
Okay.
And for me, I just knew that once I graduated from uni, I wanted to be working, So my mum moved back like a few years before I did. So I was like, okay, let me explore Nollywood and see what's going on over there. And, whenever I would have a break, I would just fly back to Nigeria, do a job, go back to London, back to school and whatnot. So once I graduated, I'd already built something, even though it was really small, like I'd already made some contacts and stuff like that. So it was just about, working hard and getting to where I am today from then till now.
All right then.
Yeah.
So like I always have this, I'm always interested in how people make that transition from living and working in the UK and living and working in Nigeria. What was the hardest part?
Definitely the adjusting to the culture, the culture and traditions, like obviously in England it's just very, like there's no good morning side, there's no, that respect thing, like it's very easy to disrespect people here, one. And then, like just dealing with the culture, that's the main thing. It was a major culture shock for me, trying to adjust and trying to make sure that everyone was happy. Like it was a lot. It took a toll on me, but I got there in the end.
All right.
We're still with Beverly Nye. We have to take a short break. And of course, we'll come back with more with her. All right, welcome back. We're still with actress Beverly Nye joining us this Monday morning.
I remember her from as being the bad girl in the wedding party, the one that was trying to scatter everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What sort of responses did you get on that one?
Don't get me started. I got all kinds of responses. I got people actually thought that was real. I don't know why. Guys, we are acting, girl. How many times will I tell people this, But there were a lot of people that till today, look at me sideways because they think that I was still their man or something, But it's just a character. I'm not joking. I'm not joking till now.
Probably because you played it so well.
Thank you. Thank
usually,
you.
People also interpret roles that they see on TV in real life. Like, if you were a bad girl or a bad boy in a film, they would just think, oh, you're probably naturally like,
exactly.
played it a little bit too well.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, it's a
say
compliment in its own right, but you know, at the end of the day, when you're a human being, it can be a bit frustrating because I'm a human first.
One of the things that I think was last year, I heard something that you were working on, a project that you were working on that had to do with girls and women taking pride in their skin, and that came up. You're now coming out with a documentary, something like that. Can you talk to us about that?
So I started a campaign in 2014 called 50 Shades of Black, and what it is just a campaign that focuses on colorism in our society, which is the conversation around light skin, dark skin, why is one preferable, more desirable, that conversation altogether. And, you know, I'm now doing, I mean, I recently produced a documentary titled Skin. And that's really where the focus is now. It's basically expanding upon that conversation and understanding it more and, you know, creating more awareness so people will understand, you know, what colorism is. And, I mean, hopefully, the intention is to empower people to love themselves and accept themselves as they are. That's
why do you think people, especially Africans, because it's not just Nigerians now, prefer, go through this whole process and even put themselves at risk to look light-skinned?
I think it's just, you know, it's a society thing. Do you get what I mean? Like, we live in a time where the media projects a certain image upon us, you know. There are well, not new, like there are ideals, like what people consider to be beautiful right now is what's being shown to us on TV, what's being represented on TV. Like, by that I mean magazines, newspapers, films, you know, like it's what we're seeing, you know, on a daily basis. And as a result of that, it's subconsciously affecting us, and we're now considering this to be beautiful rather than allowing ourselves to see ourselves as beautiful. So that's definitely what's influencing what's going on right now.
I've heard before some crazy statistics about, you know, people getting more jobs if they're lighter skinned, people you know, finding husbands and boyfriends quicker if they're light skinned, for instance.
That's the mentality, and we explored that in the documentary. Most of the people that we interviewed said that a lot of the people said that the reason why they were on this path was because they felt as though they would get more opportunities this way, and they said that men found them more desirable as light-skinned women. So yeah, it was just it's an interesting conversation, but it's the main reason why I'm doing the documentary is to inspire people and to empower people as well. You know, just to teach people about self-love and acceptance as well. You know, that's really it. I mean, considering the fact that we're the highest consumers of bleaching cream in Africa. Wow. You know, 77% of our women, you know, choosing to bleach. It's a conversation that needs to start happening ASAP. Yeah.
We're the highest consumers?
77% of our women.
Goodness me.
77%?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really high.
It's crazy statistics there.
Yeah. So you have like a chocolate tone of skin, but you're not the darkest.
Yeah.
Like, so have you ever had any jobs that you didn't get because of the color of your skin?
Not that I'm aware of. Okay. You know, and what I always say is that, because I know people would say, okay, then why are you so passionate about colorism? You know, for me, it's the fact that I got bullied when I was young, you know, so I understand the struggles of being bullied. Not necessarily because of my complexion or anything like that, but I understand what it means to be bullied and how it feels to be targeted for how you may look, you know. So that's what led to the passion. Like that's what led me to be passionate about this cause, because I feel like colorism is another form of bullying, where, you know, you look at someone else and because of the shade of their skin, you target them, or you feel as though they're not, you know, they're not valuable, they're not beautiful and all that stuff. So
this conversation has to continue, possibly online with social media. What do you think about it? This issue of colorism. Please use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria. But Beverly, we have to take you to the kitchen now. Okay. We know you've been eyeing the food. You've been eyeing the food.
Yeah.
Let's go have a taste.
Okay.
But it's interesting you should mention bullying. But this bullying happened while you were in the UK, I believe?
Yes, definitely, when I was in London, yeah. Thank you. Wow, looks yummy.
All right, you're welcome to the kitchen, Beverly and Oluwafemi. Thank you for joining us. Today's chef is Chef Toure, and she made Moi Moi burger. Tell us about this. Moi Moi burger and Yeri
Colada. So the Moi Moi burger, instead of the normal beef or chicken patty, so I had to use Moi Moi to get something different.
Okay.
And the Yeri Colada, we have our pineapple, banana, and coconut milk.
Coconut milk,
Yes,
nice.
that's what's inside here.
All right, so maybe we should begin the tasting process. Yeah, so you need to tell us what you think about that.
I don't typically eat moi moi.
You don't eat moi moi?
The taste doesn't work for me, unfortunately. But I'm gonna try it.
Okay,
you know?
then.
Why not?
All right. So you're tasting the drink. How's that?
Nice.
Nice.
You like it?
Nice, very nice.
Glad you like it.
Very nice.
It's not over sweet.
Yeah, just right.
Just right.
Am I allowed to finish it?
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Considering the fact that I don't like moi moi, this tastes really good.
That's something. Well done, Chef Toure.
Really good.
Well done, Chef Toure. And a big thank you to all our guests for joining us on the show. It's been a great Monday. We've been sufficiently motivated by our morning motivation.
Yes, sir. A big shout out to our friends at
Sunday.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
This was just off. This was the best dress
wedding
that
party
day.
too.
Best dress. Oh, okay.
Wedding party 2 premiere.
What the inspiration? What was the inspiration?
And of course, a big shout out to Fola's Place for our hairstyling. We appreciate you.
Indeed.
Yes,
And
indeed.
of course, it's a great start to the week, and we're looking forward to a lot more shows come up before the end of the week.
And a lot more guests, and a lot more activity, and a lot more fun, and a lot more places to go. In fact, you know what? We just want you to be right there. Just tune to us from 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll be right there.
All right.
Somebody has been converted to moi moi food.
Yes, so she's taking another bite.
It's really good.
All right, then.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Have a great day, great week, in fact.
Have a great day. Bye.